Hi Scrappy friends, this is Hannah with you, and I am working on just a plain layout. So this layout just came together. I was just getting done with doing a little bit of mixed media that had to sit, and I happened to see these two papers next to each other, and I was like, these would be perfect together. They're summery, they're bright, and so I am doing a summery bright layout. I did decide to use that black and white dot paper just to contrast, and I know that there's white dots and black dots with the purple and the black and white, but I didn't think it mattered. So I had those leftover pieces and I decided to put those on that one side. So now I'm looking to grab strips or pieces of other colors that match or work along with the purple and the green. And so that green paper that is on the original layout is Vicky Booten, and then the purple paper is Stampin' Up. So I am grabbing just some papers that I know have similar colors. So this one is a Stampin' Up. That green and that watercolor green stripe is Stampin' Up, and then there's some cocoa vanilla as well. And I'm just going to layer these on the other side. I really wanted to have like the different varieties of purples and stuff on the other side just to balance. And like I said, this just kind of came together. I'm not really sure what sparked it. And I think we all have layouts like that, right? Where we're like, I'm not really sure. And so I just kind of play around with different angles of these different papers because I don't want them to be flush next to each other. I want there to just be different edges. And I didn't realize at this point that I was going to want this green paper somewhere, and I thought that maybe this would be a good place for it. I am going to have to cut it and stuff. And at first I wasn't sure about how I liked how far it stood out. But then as I get building with other stuff, it actually does not bother me. It is a little weird because it's quite a bit longer and it's not quite even. If I had thought about it, I would have put that on the other, or like on the bottom before I did the other pieces, but I didn't know I was going to do that. So I also want just a little bit more of something over on this side. And I use minimal glue, which is why I'm realizing I need to add a little bit more. Now I had it off, like at first I had it off a little and then I didn't, and I don't know. I'm going to play around with it. So I ended up using the other side. Both sides had different color, purple, pink colors. And I do move this. It does rip that other paper. So I found this photo that was in some of the photos that I have printed, and I really love that pink, and I love how the green is almost the same color as the paper. Almost. And the fence behind it is white, so it really looks crisp. And I did take that photo with my DSLR. That was actually some, I want to say they're irises? No, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you what kind they are because I don't remember, and I'm going to get it wrong. But then I used that darker background from Stampin' Up as well. And I ordered some of that, gosh, at the beginning of the year, like February maybe. They have some packs of paper for a pretty good price. I think they were having a sale, and so they had a lot of like art looking pieces, so like the watercolor and stuff, and they're really pretty. I don't use a lot of Stampin' Up, but I just thought it would be fun to play with something a little bit different. And so now I'm just going to bring in things from other collections. I use a lot of that Good Vibes collection. That's what that tag is with the cactuses, and that frame also. And then I'm going to layer. I use the tag part underneath the doily, but I'm also going to add these here just to kind of fill in a little bit more gaps and add a little bit of that color onto the other side. And I decided to put this ampersand on pop dots. I like ampersands, even though they don't seem like they make a lot of sense, because they don't, because it's not like I'm saying something and, but, and I found this gold leaf that was from one of the Maggie Holmes collections. It's really pretty. And so at first I was thinking, hey, I could put that over top of the ampersand, but then I decided to stick it underneath, and I really like the way it looks. And I did add a pop dot underneath that leaf as well. So now you see, I didn't show the process of me finding all of these because it took me a long time. So I knew I had some of those flowers cut out from the Vicky Booten collection. I also had some hearts that were mostly cut out, and then I cut out a couple extra. And then I have Cocoa Vanilla vellum and cardstock hearts, as well as some buttons. So I'm figuring I'm going to layer some of this stuff, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm using, like what I wanted to use, but I wanted to have some variety because I knew I had the citrus or the cocoa vanilla, and I knew I had that Vicky Booten, and they're similar colors, sort of. So I do end up using some of the vellum ones. I did put a cardstock or like a chipboard flower on my page. I wish I hadn't. I'll show you when we get to that. But I did layer some of these leaves. The greens are a little bit different color, but I really like that. It adds quite a bit of colorness. And because they were on a piece of paper and they had been fussy cut, and this is an older collection, so I fussy cut these like a long time ago, and they were around with the flowers, so not all of the leaves were straight. So I am going to kind of put some stuff around there so you don't notice as much. And I do like how some of that, I did go a little bit crazy. I feel like I'm going a little bit crazy with all these layering of flowers, but they're just so fun. So I'm just going to go with it, and I'm not going to feel so bad about doing it, because sometimes you just got to do something that is fun. So I do play around with these. I move them around quite a bit. And like at one point I have some stuff, and then I didn't glue everything down. So we're getting closer to that part where I stop for one evening and then I come back to it. So that's the chipboard flower. I wish I didn't use that because it's not quite as vibrant. It does bring in some of that teal colors that is like in the other tag and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, it's there. I didn't try to take it off. So I do decide to put this big flower over here. I only have a couple of those big flowers. I really like how it goes towards the other one, and it kind of almost looks like it's one flower. And those little hearts were from a Vicky Booten paper of just rainbow hearts, and they are just really fun to cut out and use. And I have a whole bunch more, and I have to stop myself from using it on every single layout because I will do that. So I like how that looks on the other side. I do feel like maybe there's something that needs to go there. I don't remember if I put anything there or not, though. You would think, because I didn't make this that long ago, but and then those Vicky Booten leaves match really well, and they're just fun. So here's where I'm adding some stuff that I don't have glued down, thinking, oh, maybe this will be a good place for it. But I'm just not sure yet. So in a minute, we're gonna go to a new day. I did add that gold because I do have a little bit of gold on there. I thought just adding another gold leaf. So here we are another day. And as you can see, I pulled off the stuff that wasn't glued down. And so I found a couple of the smaller hearts, but that turquoisey blue tealy color isn't quite the same on the small one as the big one. And so in a minute, I am gonna like draw a heart because I wasn't sure if I was gonna cut it out. I end up not doing that because I wasn't sure if I would get it perfect, even though I did draw it. And I'm gonna use the smaller one anyway. I'm just gonna be okay with that. So in the end, I'm just gonna be okay with it. I almost feel like I should have put that on Pop Dots and used a purple one there. I think it would have looked a little bit better, but that's okay because I still have quite a few. So I'm working on this bottom part. I think at some point it gets moved up. So, but I decided to add another one of those smaller flowers from the smaller paper because I had the 6x6 pad. And so then I decided to add this over where that vellum heart is. And or flower. I actually like it like that. And I don't mind that it covers up the other one. It's a lot. Like at this point, most people probably would have stopped, right? And so I feel like over here is a good spot to add another flower. And then the heart will go there too. So, and I wanted to add some more purpley color or teals too. And I thought about using a purple one. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to get this in here because that paper is really stuck. That Stampin' Up! Paper just doesn't, it sticks pretty easily when you have the glue. So, but I like with just that little corner bit sticking out. And then I thought, hey, I could use that. And then I'm going to put something there to cover up the yellow because I don't really want the yellow to show. There's no other places where there's yellow. So, and you can't really see that much of it. And I had these little like date things. So I use that. And then now I'm going to go through and put in all of these little or big buttons. I just pulled different colors that were similar. So in the purple, pinks, and green range. And there's my cat, Amberly. The cats have been in my room a lot this past week and weekend into this week. They just have been wanting to be down here with me, I guess. It could have something to do with the fact that it's warm and it's a lot cooler downstairs. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just finishing up doing these little bits. They're super fun. I mean, I don't use buttons that often, so it's kind of nice to add some buttons. And then now I'm going to put this for part of the title. Really like that black. I think that's going to help with that other piece that is leaf. And then I use some of the Cocoa Vanilla little phrase word stickers. They're really pretty and fun to use. And then in a minute, I'm going to add the rest of the title, which is going to be Beauty. And I pull out some other little, these things. So I have a Pink Fresh Studio. I think that's who made this stamp. It's quite old. I got it when I was in Hawaii, and they actually have a die for it, so you can cut it too. As you can see, not all of them stamp that well. I think in the future I will probably, if I use this again, like I didn't do this recently. These were done a long time ago. So I'm looking for T, H, and E in the colors that I wanted. So I have more of a green and like that turquoisey blue, aqua color. But I think using a platform stamp, like a Misty or the Tim Holtz little platform stamp, I think that will be helpful to having, because some of them in the middle, they didn't turn out very well. It also depends on the ink that you use too. I did notice that there's one set that I think I must have used like Stampin' Up or something, and it was not a good ink for it. So, and this is going to say the, so it says note the, and then I'm going to put beauty, and then this is it. So thank you guys for joining me this week and this whole month as me and Megan have been posting every day. Be sure to check out the info box below, because there will be links for her channel /video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.